Last time on Mastering Minecraft, our hero tackled two major builds. The iron farm finally got the fixes it needed, with Wilson and Frank back in place, and a brand new Hobbit hole brought the spirit of Middle-earth to our world. From crafting the iconic round door to creating a cozy hidden retreat, inspiration flowed through every block. But with these projects complete, what new challenges and builds await? Only one way to find out in this week's episode. Oh, and by the way, while our hero's building skills might be decent, we all know it's the narration that truly shines. So if you're here for the real masterpiece, don't forget to like and subscribe. Ha! He didn't notice that hanging sign, didn't he? Got him good this time, that shady little backstabbing narrator rock. Well, hello, and welcome dear kneecap community to this week's episode of Mastering Minecraft. How's everyone doing? I hope you're all well and ready for another exciting episode. On my end, I can just... On my end, everything's great. I'm healthy, happy, and pumped for what's ahead. And with that said, I don't want to waste any more time. Let us head straight into today's checklist. So, okay, on today's checklist we have two main topics to cover. First, we'll dive into the basics of cartography and maps, where we'll learn how to create maps and expand them. After that, we'll tackle the interior of the Hobbit hole, decorating the kitchen, the armory, and living room. And that wraps up the tasks for this week's episode. So, let's eat some kneecaps and take a look at maps. Alright, first things first. There are two types of maps in Minecraft: Explorer maps and craftable maps. Today, we are focusing on craftable maps. And some of you might be wondering why bother with craftable maps in Minecraft. Well, they're actually pretty useful. For one, you can use them to decorate a room with a map of your own village, for example, which, by the way, is exactly why we're doing this. Another great use is marking location you've discovered so you don't forget where they are. And I know most people just use coordinates, but think of it as an extra way to do so. So, how do we get craftable maps? And as you'd expect, we can craft them using paper and compass, like this. Just place the paper around the crafting table, and in the middle you just put a compass in, and you get an empty map. Or we can do this. We can visit Map McGrath. No, there are villagers that are so-called cartographers, and cartographers can sell you maps for emeralds. This is exactly how we are going to get our maps. So we just buy 13 maps. That's okay for what we are going to use it. We have actually 4 more maps to show you the principle behind these empty maps. So, if we use an empty map and right click it, you'll see that I now have a map with the dimensions of 128 blocks times 128 blocks of the area I'm currently in. Notice that my position isn't exactly centered on the map. My position is on the bottom right. You can see the dot and the squares that I have on my top right screen. This is because the area generated by an empty map is preset by the game. And here is how it works. Starting from the coordinates x0 and z0, the game creates a 128 by 128 overlay in each direction. And to illustrate that, I've placed down some blocks. And as you can see, we have the black, yellow, and red and white squares. And if we say that the point where all the colors touch, which I am pointing right now, is x0 and z0, each color represents an area dimensioned 128 times 128. And of course the game doesn't stop, it continues with the next area, which would be this block here, and this block here, and this block here, and this block here. And depending on which area you're in, if you right click the map, you'll get the area that you currently are in, yes. Okay, now that is clear, if we would want now the area which is on the bottom of the map, we would just turn this way, which would be this one here. So until we are out of map, and you can notice that with the icon changing to a what is that? To a point from your location. So you can just look at your position, move a little bit further, so you're surely out. And if we take the next map now and right click it, we will get the area which is below the map we had previously. And it's also an 128 by 128 area. So if we put the map down, you can see our village starts forming. And this is basically how maps work. And what we're going to do for this episode now is we're going to do a 3 by 3 item frames area for our city, so that we can display it in the Hobbit hole. And that's basically how maps work. Okay, so I will gather the other 7 pieces quickly. I will gather the other 7 Dragon Balls. No. I will just finish the map real quick so you can see what I had in mind for our project in the Hobbit hole, or for one of the rooms in the Hobbit hole. So just hang on a minute. Okay, so we finished the map and it just looks awesome. To continue the how do maps work, we have one thing that is advanced that I'm just going to go over real quick. So like I said to you, we have level 0 maps right now. And yes, maps can have level, and level 0 means basically they are dimensions 128 times 128, like I said before. So if we upgrade a map, which we can do with cartography table, you can put the map on top and you can add paper. If you add 1 paper, you add 1 level. And as you can see, the map gets bigger. And what does gets bigger mean? So if we do the level upgrade, you can see that there is a bigger area that is displayed right now, but we don't see the smaller squares. This is what I mean by the smaller squares anymore. So if we compare it, like we hold this one here and hold this one here, you guys can see on the... Okay, so the lighting is perfect now. So you can see on the left map, you can only see the bigger colored squares that I made. And on the right one, you can see each and every one. This is because on an upgraded map, for example, the level 1 map that I have in my left hand, a pixel isn't representing 1 block anymore. A pixel represents a 2x2 block dimension. So you can see we have 2x2 white, 2x2 black, and so on. And this is why we can see it on the upgraded map right now, because this counts as 1 pixel and this one doesn't count as a pixel anymore. It's just part of a pixel, 1/4 of a pixel if you want so. So this is where we're going to end the how do maps work thing, and I hope you guys got what I mean. I'm really sorry for the bad explanations, but I tried my best. So with that said, we have one part of the video done and can go to the next one, which is the interior of the Hobbit hole. Now we're back at our cozy little Hobbit hole, and it's time to eat some kneecaps for real. Let me show you what I've planned for the interior. Starting on the left, we have the kitchen, which I began last week. I want to add some extra details to it, and in the dining area I'll round out the left side a bit, since right now it's just a long plain hallway basically with a table and chair. And the next room will be a cozy living room, perfect for our Hobbit to enjoy his evenings. And as you can see, I've already placed the map we've done in the previous part. And I'll also add 2 more doorways, one for a bedroom and another for a bathroom. And yeah, while designing I realized our poor Hobbit, he doesn't have a place to shower and sleep. Oh my god, that's one dirty Hobbit. Okay, that sounded wrong. On the right side of the entrance, we'll set up an armory to display his mighty and heroic weapons and achievements. So, enough talk, let's get to work. It's time to eat some kneecaps. Oh man, sometimes guys, things doesn't work as they should. I had a replay mod active during building the interior. 55 minutes of footage, which crashes Minecraft every time I try to load it. But yeah, we need to keep moving on. I'm really sorry I can't put in a nice time lapse for you guys, but doesn't matter. The world is still here, and so is the interior. So I will walk you through it. And as you see, when we enter, we have 2 nice azalea bushes which greet us into the home of our Hobbit. And moving to the left, we see I have added some water into the cauldron. I put a lever on which kind of looks like a water spender. I don't know what the correct term is. I added some glowberry leaves bushes where we grow our glowberries. We have a soup that we haven't finished, and you can see the Hobbit likes cake. And if we move on, you can see the rounding up that I mentioned. Now I think it's it lives more, and with the pots with different flowers and the barrels in the wall, it definitely lives even more than alone with the curvature. And then if we move on, we can see the achievements of the Hobbit. These are the heads of his 2 friends that he lost while fighting the Wither. These are his weapon of choice, but jokes aside, I think I'm going to implement some more armor stand magic in here. I just need to figure out how I can modify the armor stands how I want, because currently I have to do it with the book. But I think the hermits they have an graphical user interface for the armor stands. If anyone knows which one that is, please let me know. And if we walk into the living room, we can see the cozy little place the Hobbit has with the map. He always paints all his adventures, so you can see he painted the whole village and everywhere else he's been. We got some bookshelves with books that the Hobbit likes to read. I haven't written down anything in the books yet, but we could. That would add some extra detail. And then we have some logs that he chops down if he needs some fire. We have some candles lit and some chests where he can put his treasures in. Also we have, like I said, I built these 2 doorways. I think next episode we're going to do the bathroom and we're going to do the bedroom. But we'll see. Maybe we'll do something different, but we need definitely we need to add the bed and the bathroom sometime. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it next episode. Yeah. Just the replay thing is bothering me. So that's why I'm a little bit moody right now. But how do you like it, guys? I think it turned out great. I even think we could add some more carpets. Yeah, this looks better. Okay. Well, with that said, let us wrap up this episode. Okay then. So, today we have looked at cartography and maps. We know now how to make maps, we know how to extend them, and we know how they work, so we know which type of maps we need if we would like to make a wall like we did in the Hobbit hole interior. That was the second part of our video. We finished the kitchen, the armory and the living room. So yeah, our Hobbit hole is looking cozy and complete with every room decked out just as planned. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I did. If you liked what we built today, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing to join the NeCap community for more adventures. As always, drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think of the design, or if there's anything you'd add to our Hobbit hole. And remember, as always, a NeCap a day keeps the stress away. It's been your NeCap, guys. See you all next week. Bye bye.